Hi there, this is Saeed again. Super excited to have Molly Mullins with us and super excited to hear about the amazing things that Wolfstar is doing this year and with the great initiatives that they're doing this year. So we'll start with some questions right away. And how are you, Molly, by the way?
I am great, Saeed. Thank you so much for being here, Willie. Great to see you. We are super pumped and excited to actually see the show now happening.
That's awesome. And I imagine there's a lot of hard work and now you see the fruits of your labor and the turnout's been amazing.
Nothing to it.
So we know that everybody knows you, but just in case there's people watching that want to get to know you a little better, tell us a little about yourself.
Sure. I'm Molly Alton Mullins. I've had the privilege to be the executive vice president of WFFSA for about 6 years now. What wonderful organization. This is one of our favorite events of the year, to get everybody here together, to just see the love, the connection, the collaboration, the smiles. It makes our job so great. So I've gotten to work with so many great boards and members, and I'm thrilled to be here with you guys today.
Do you have any questions?
And we're thrilled to have you here. So here we are. We were here a year ago.
Not even, like 8 months back in June.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And, the attendance was okay then, but not great. Although we applaud you for having it, because we had to start somewhere. But when I walked in here this time, bang, there was people everywhere.
Yeah, we're trending to 2019 numbers, which is great, pre-pandemic numbers. I actually texted my hotel contact this morning and added about 70 more seats for today's luncheon, because we had about 80 people register on site yesterday. We're approaching 600. That is my goal, is to get to 600. I'm about at 570 right now. So if anyone wants to come in, we want to get that.
Please, let's hit that number, support it.
We were about 460 in June, Willie, so give you a comparative of size. So we're thrilled by the turnout that we've received.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and for the most part, we now have relaxed a bit, so we can be maskless and sort of get back to what we are familiar with, if it's possible.
Yeah.
And we have a great program we had put together here.
So we wanted, every year we want to try something different, and the board has been super supportive and receptive of that. So yesterday we had everyone setting up their tabletops. Well, what are my wholesalers going to do? We did wholesaler discussion groups on various topics that is affecting them, logistics, margin, supply chain, transportation, all that. And I got a lot of great feedback on it. Saeed, you were a part of our speed networking, and
it was a lot of fun.
Did that with suppliers and wholesalers, and you have 3 minutes and you rotate through each one. So I had a lot of first timers in that, because they gave them a great chance to meet with everybody.
And it was a great energy and very laid back and very comfortable to speak to your potential customer. So it was great. I got to hang out with Blake too. So it was awesome. So tell us a little bit about the thing, breaking boundaries and bridging divides, which I love the theme, and I applaud you for it. So tell us a little about how that came up.
So one thing that I think the floral industry as a whole has been trying to do for the past year, maybe 2 or 3 years, is not work in their supply chain silos. Not just focus on whether you're a retailer or a wholesaler, but it is all intertwined. We can't do one without the other. And for an industry perspective, having all of those channels together, all of them working together, bridging all of this so that we're all in this together. And I really do think that coming out of the pandemic, with the demand as high as it still is and the challenges we still face, you can't do it without the support and the love of everybody that's in this business.
Yeah.
And I feel that. I really do feel that out there. They're competitors. That's never going to change. But I think that there's an element of working together that I haven't seen before.
Yes, it's a great vibe out there of collaboration and networking, and just, like you said, building community. And let's talk about that really quickly. I know I'm kind of jumping to questions, but when it comes to the flower movement and hashtag One Flower Family, you must be super excited about that, and I'm super excited for you, and I think it's just great timing for it as well. Tell us about that and how did that start, and some more information.
I can't take credit for any of that. I have to give that to Blake, my social media manager, and Dominique Abney, my marketing director.
They're great. Yes.
They've worked with Gabriel Becerra, who this was his idea. We had an executive committee meeting at Wilson's office in Annapolis, and he came in with a PowerPoint of a vision of what he thought we needed. And we all kind of, honestly, we all joke about it. We all kind of looked at it and were like, wait, what? What is this, right? Trying to conceptually understand the tangibility of it. How do you implement something like that? And what my team's been able to do, and Melanie Spielbeller, who with the marketing committee, it's been awesome. Because it's been like 6 months we've been trying to move this initiative forward. And the media hits, we have a beautiful flower wall out there that everyone's putting flowers in, and they're sharing their stories of what they're doing in the community and how flowers are changing people's lives and how flowers are making whatever you're experiencing that much better. And that's really the whole purpose behind it.
What? Any questions? Yeah, and I like that concept to the point where I want to interview Gabriel, because he started telling me about all this, and I said, stop.
That sounds like Gabriel.
Yeah, let's put it on tape, let's get it. And you're telling me about it, but let's tell the whole world about it, because it is a little bit not tangible. You're right. It's a concept. I like it. It's just like I say, probably I agree. You sit around and say, how does it work exactly? But it's a cool concept too. And going back to collaboration, it's funny because I've been going to WFFSA conventions since before most of you were born, perhaps. And you used to have these grand conventions, but nobody really talked to each other. They talked to each other, but it was very superficial.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was very superficial. And people are always trying to steal everybody out and take them away so that their competitor can't talk to them. And I think I've seen that change over the last couple of years or several years. And we've seen people collaborating more, at least talking together more, sharing, because really there's not a lot of secrets in this business. There's no real secret sauce. You might have a little bit of it, but for the most part, everybody knows what everybody's doing.
Right.
So collaboration actually does make sense where it's not I don't think it's a given.
No, I see it a lot at the board level too. You have your top competitors and they're best friends.
Wow.
And they're spending time together. They're talking business together. They're talking family. They're talking challenges, anything that's affecting their lives, because none of us are just our work and home anymore, right? Everything is integrated and it's affecting all channels of our lives. So seeing that kind of level of collaboration amongst, the two biggest wholesalers on the planet, it's super cool to see.
That is awesome. And that goes to our other question is, how can wholesalers and distributors be more intentional with breaking boundaries and bridging divides?
So we have our lunch panel today, reinventing the floral retail market.
Okay.
And we decided to focus, everyone knows the challenges, right? We can't fix it. We're trying to do our best. But we tried to focus on what is the new world moving forward? What is sticking around? What is the role that the wholesaler plays in it? And we found 3 florists who, what they have done through the pandemic, from doing funeral consults in the rain outside of their shops to, cleaning out coolers and selling them, in the back of a van. It is phenomenal what they did to keep their businesses moving forward. And the one thing that they have all said is, I could never have done this without my wholesaler. I wouldn't be in business today without my wholesaler, my wholesaler, my wholesaler, my wholesaler. So there's an element of that we need to hear, and we need to know that value is always going to exist. And that part of the channel is the most important part of what we represent here at WFFSA. So I'm excited to hear it live today. We did the rehearsal yesterday.
Oh, nice. Great.
And then, people can come and get involved. When we left in June, I had probably 10 different members come and say, I really want to do something with WFFSA. What can I do? I can put them to work. You want to volunteer? I got you. So we got committees, we've got flower movements, we've got all kinds of stuff that we're doing. So,
awesome.
Just find me or email me, and we would love to have you a part of what.
So I have your email here. You had mentioned that it was all right to share it. So I'm sharing it, and it's Molly Mullins at WFFSA.org, right? So Molly Mullins at WFFSA.org. So I'm writing it. I should know if I remember.
No worries.
And then what do we have to look forward to next year? I know that's a big question, but I'm always excited to get ready for next year, and I know you guys work ahead. So what do you have for it, if you can share? I know you're putting you on the spot, but what do we have for it to look for next year?
So we will be here at the Doral.
Okay.
This property has worked well for us. We want to continue to stay in Miami and really focus on what we do best here in this region.
Okay.
I said in the board meeting day before yesterday, we're going to rip up the program. It's not going to be the same, because if I do the same thing every year, people are going to go, well, I don't need to come this year. And I don't want that. Whether it's a new type of tabletop formats, whether we have different types of hours, whether we have more educational breakouts, whether we do more discussion groups. We're doing a white party this year. What are we going to do next year? Those kind of things. So I don't want it to be the same formula. I don't be like, Tuesdays I do this, Wednesdays I do that, because we all get bored too easily. So we're pulling that together. We've got some good speaker ideas and topics. So I hope to have something to unveil WFFSA does an event called DevX, which we do in the summer.
Okay.
It's in Minneapolis this year. It's awesome. It's a road trip followed by education. Patrick Bush, who's our incoming president, is helping pull that together in his region. And I hope to be able to unveil the FDC program for 2023 at that event.
And you said DevX?
Dev, DEV.
DEV, okay.
X. So it's really for development experience, is really what it stands for.
Wow, okay.
It's a super cool event that we put together. And we go to various parts throughout the country every year.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Molly, what do we have for new registrations this year?
So all of last year, WFFSA received 21 new members. So far this year, we've received 19, and it's only March. So we are very excited by the amount, actually, of new wholesalers that have applied as well. We had even one just register on site here just a moment ago. So we're seeing people emerge in that channel, and we're seeing growth in that, which is super exciting from a membership perspective. So we're rocking and rolling.
And you're saying that next year you're changing it up, but I hope you're keeping the speed networking, right?
Yes, we were gonna. So today, this was the first time. The more people do it, the more they'll learn and get comfortable with it, and the more we'll attend. So we'll definitely do speed networking again next year. So I encourage you to come back and everybody else.
Yeah, I just think it really created a comfortable environment to meet somebody, dropping your guards and just to have a conversation. So I give you credit. You know,
Thank you.
That's an awesome thing you've done yesterday. So thank you again. Any other questions?
No, I think let's rock and roll. We've got lots to do. You've got a lot of agendas to go for, and there's a lot of people outside this door probably waiting to talk to you. So
yep, we don't want to take much of your time.
So let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you both very much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much, Molly, and truly appreciate your support since the beginning to then, and truly appreciate having us here. And it really means a lot to us. And I hope to see you next year.
I'm glad your party went so well last night.
Thank you.
Great.
So, and it couldn't have happened without you guys and all 30 collaborators. So that's really why it went well. So thank you again for that support. Truly appreciate it. Thank you. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Remember, we're having a couple more interviews throughout the day. I believe there's one at 10:30, and then one at 4:45. And we're having the Women's Day. Happy Women's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day. And we're having the Women's Day roundtable. So please tune in. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.